Eden Park's one, Eden Park one, and the Waterfront nil. Twice the government, twice the Waterfront Stadium has been offered, one by the government and this time by a consortium. But where's the finance? $1 billion. Who's going to pay? Well, who's going to pay for Eden Park? It's $100 million. That's what they say. But no one's committed the money yet. I wonder if this won't be done at all. I'm not sure. Sam Warren, who is with the Taxpayers Union in charge of local government and looking at that, he's with us now. Sam, g'day. Good morning.
Good morning, Duncan.
What do you make of this decision?
Oh, look, it's a big decision, obviously. It's been seemingly going on my entire life, to be honest, maybe even longer. I think out of the two choices, the right decision, $1 billion versus $100 million, I know what I'd take. But you're right, I'm not sure it's going to happen. Where's the money coming from? Well, it's Timmy the taxpayer, I think. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, and so if you're outside of Auckland, and many people are, I mean, there's more people live outside Auckland than live inside it, but for those people outside Auckland, can we just say thank you very much because you'll be contributing this. You'll be contributing to this if the government says yes, not that they have, but if the government says yes, then those people in Invercargill will be upgrading Eden Park, so thank you.
Too right. Well, look, I am in Auckland, so I was stoked to hear that rates were being put into this, but you're right, $100 million, where does that come from? And it means it's not going elsewhere as well. Minister for Auckland, Simeon Brown, said it would be a very high bar that needs to be met if the money was coming from government. Well, that means it's not going to the likes of health or education or transport, so it'll become a question of priorities for this government, I tell you that.
Yeah, and I mean, all budgets and all spending is about priorities when it comes to government spending. Do you think you can justify, Sam, $100 million at this particular time when there's waiting lists, there's health department in disarray, there's a new hospital needed in South Auckland, there's cancer drugs needed, there's classrooms. I mean, I could go on and on. Is this and should this be a priority?
Look, probably not. I'd say it's needed elsewhere. We've got less than no money right now. You know how the books are looking, and I don't think it would be a great exercise of fiscal restraint from this government, or at least a demonstration of it. Look, I'd love a stadium. I'd love a Lamborghini too. I don't buy one just because I can't afford one, and we certainly can't afford this.
Yeah, I just wonder how. I mean, I don't know if there's been much of a strategy around this because you've got Christchurch is building a stadium with a roof. You've got Dunedin with a roof, although that stadium's probably too big for the size of Dunedin. Now Auckland's putting the lipstick on the pig, which is Eden Park. I'm not even sure they've done costings, and the government's pretty reluctant. This might be the vote that goes nowhere in the end.
Yeah, and rightly so. As I say, I could go on about how bad the books are looking, and we've obviously got the budget coming up. I'd say it's less likely than more likely that they'd be willing to get this money. But who knows what's around the corner.
Just how bad are those books? Is this this is our debt levels? This is how much in deficit we are?
Very much so. And again, the money is quite desperately needed in other areas, particularly health keeps coming up, as you've seen in the news. But there's no shortage of places needing the money. Is a revamp of Eden Park 2.0 really at the top of the list.
What will be the deficit in the budget coming up? Is it 12 bill or 23 bill? One of those figures rings a bell.
Something outrageous. I don't have it in front of me. I should have come in more prepared with some documents. But no, it's bleak. I really want to see that deficit start shrinking. And look, the decisions for that need to start being made and made quite dramatically.
Yeah. What about local government? Because local government carries a heap of debt as well, but people don't really focus on it. In fact, people don't really focus on local government. They don't get engaged with it because they don't think it affects them. But the irony is that local government can have a huge impact on your life, and they seem to be in every corner of your life, really, to be honest. They manage all sorts of things. What's their debt levels? Do they have room to move in terms of ratepayers paying for Eden Park, or what's their sort of debt position?
It's just as bad. It varies between council, obviously, but the SNP's just recently done a downgrading of many councils up and down the country. Particularly, they're facing very significant infrastructural issues, largely to do with the likes of water and all sorts of things. But they're expecting announcements sometime in the next month or so on local government from the Minister of Local, and I think the government's quite worried too at the debt levels that local councils are incurring.
What's the overall, if you include all the, I think I saw this somewhere, if it was 8 billion or something, but if you add up all the councils and their debt levels, what does it come to?
Oh, look, I'd have it to guess. I don't have it in front of me. I really should, but more than it needs to be. And there seems to be less urgency. I know it's easy for me to criticize from the sideline, but I think a lot more urgency needs to be put into really focusing on spending ratepayers' money on really the important things. I know the government used the word nice to haves, but those I think that's going to be cracked down quite soon.
Yeah. Good on you, Sam. Appreciate your time on the program, mate. Sam Warren from the Taxpayers Union. It is 7:17. I'll open the lines to you. What's more important? I mean, if you've got if you've got a couple of $100 million, well, not that we have, but we need a second harbour crossing in Auckland. There needs to be a hospital. And there needs to be upgrades to hospitals and a new hospital, probably because of the population, the size of the population now. So there's so many things that could be spent on. I would have thought that Eden Park, how necessary is it for a roof? If it's a wet game, send it down to the South Island.